on this top 8 list. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Number 8, Daco Island. Located in Siargao, one of the most popular spots in the Philippines. Daco Island is always featured in island hopping tours of Siargao and only takes about 15-minute boat ride to reach there. Upon arriving, you see a crystal clear water with a very high sand line, and the further you go into the beach, you get into a coconut forest with a nice size to relax during the daytime if it's too hot. Number 7, Tebangang Island, and I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It's a bit tricky one with the NG words here in the Philippines. But this one is located in Palawan, a little bit in the northern part, and you have to go to Taytay town and catch a boat from there to this island. And this island is no ordinary island because here is where I saw the most amount of turtles I've ever seen in the Philippines. If you fly your drone a little bit out from the beach to the water, you'll see countless of black spots, and each one of these spots is actually turtles. Now this place is very undeveloped, so you won't be seeing any restaurants, only some sari stores. So if you want to do like a day trip here, make sure you bring your food with you and organize with your tour operator. And speaking about the beach, it's going to be the same scenario throughout the whole video. It's going to be clear waters and powder sand, but this one, same again, stretches very far, super soft, and you see a lot of local kids playing around there. But the main thing about this beach is not only you have the coconuts and all that, you got these turtles, and if you're lucky, you can actually see dugong swimming there twice a day, back and forth. Number 6, we're still in Palawan region, and this one is all the way up to Busuanga, area which most people would call Coron, but the real name is actually Busuanga. And this beach we're featuring is on an island called Malachion, but better known as Black Island. A very popular destination for island hopping tours in Coron. Now the craziest thing about this beach is that the sand line is probably the highest I've seen in the Philippines. So once you arrive there, there's actually a couple of meters you have to walk up to reach the top of the sand line. That's how freaking high it is. And at the top, same scenario, some huts and nice trees to relax during the day. And it's also nice to jump into the water there. The sand is absolutely gorgeous. We saw a bunch of stuff there, turtles, fishes of course, and some nice corals. This one is definitely on top of my islands in the Philippines, and I'll probably be featuring it in my top something islands of the country in the near future. I'll also be talking about the history of this island, the pirates and the tribes that govern this area of the Philippines. Very interesting. And number 5 is still in Palawan, but we're going to move a little bit further south to the town of El Nido. I'm not quite sure the name of the island, but I know the beach is named Seven Commando after the 7 people that lived on the island. I've heard many stories about it, but the only one that I know for a fact is that those names of those 7 people living there is carved into some of the rocks there. This beach is extremely popular for the island hopping tours in El Nido. Just like in Black Island, a very high sand line, long and big coconut trees leaning over the beach. The sand is powder, the water is amazing, and a great spot to catch the sunset. If you're in El Nido, this beach is an absolutely must. And for the 4th spot, we got Sugar Beach and Kota Beach in Bantayan Island, Cebu. It's quite easy to get to Bantayan these days, about 3-hour drive north to Hagnaya port, and there's a fast craft going there every hour I believe now. So it's very easy to get to Bantayan, and once you arrive, miles and miles of very beautiful sand. Countless of beach resorts, hotels, hostels, the whole package is right there. The biggest sand line is definitely Kota Beach, and the most popular one, very fine and powder sand. And what's really cool about this beach is when it's low tide, you can walk very far to the end of the sand line. Cool sandbars as well for some really nice photos. Highly recommend waking up for a sunrise here. And for the 3rd spot, we got the white beach of Boracay. After the government did the rehabilitation for the island for 6 months, things have changed quite a bit, and this is now probably one of the top places in the world to visit. This is one of the longest stretches of white sand in the whole country, and it is of course super powder fine. And the water now is clear as it gets. Nowadays you won't be finding any more street vendors or food being sold on the beach. It is only used for outdoor activities such as bathing, walking, and just having a good time with your friends. And if chilling on the beach is the thing you most desire, then I would say Boracay and Bantayan are the best places to go. And for the second spot, we go back to Palawan, and this one is very dear to me. This is Onok Island. I'm not sure the name of the beach, so I'm just going to call it Onok Beach. I always say this is the second softest sand in the country, and it's also really beautiful because there's a little bit of magenta color in the sand, so it's not just pure white. It's actually a little bit pinkish in it, so it's a nice blend and it's a really beautiful one. From above, everything looks milky aqua blue, and down there, it's like in the Maldives. And for the first spot, hands down my favorite beach in the whole country. We're still in Palawan. How many? Like 5, 6 out of 8? And that is the beach in Dumon Pali. One of the toughest ones to get to. You gotta make sure it's a great weather conditions, not too big waves, because you're probably gonna be taking a local fisherman boat to this island. This is hands down the softest sand I've ever touched in my life, right here in Dumon Pali. Extremely high sandland with rusty artifacts on the beach, which is a super rare thing to see in the country. If you ever see a driftwood in the Philippines, you know that's a very raw and untouched island. And at the end of the beach, a massive rock formation which actually has a cave that you can walk through into another section of a beach area which just looks out of this world, something from a movie. Now it costs you quite a bit to get to this island because you probably have to hire a transportation with it, busuanka, and then you have to hire the boat and probably food and a staff to sail you, and then of course entrance fee to the place. So there you have my top 8 beaches in the Philippines, so hopefully this will help you make your decision.